and good morning. We are live here in Biloxi, Mississippi, where local residents are preparing for the arrival of Isaac. I can't hear a word you're saying. This is so much fun, guys. All right, guys, now! How many times have you wanted to pelt the weatherman for bad weather?
Are these storms as strong as yesterday?
They are not as strong as yesterday, but still packing quite a punch. Let's get right to it. You can see a lot of lightning here stretching from southeastern Georgia down right into the heart of Jacksonville. A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect, again, for Duval, Nassau, Charlton, and Camden counties until 6:15. Zooming right on down, you can see a very intense line of thunderstorms stretching from St. Mary's just over the state line, down I-95, right over JIA. Wouldn't be surprised if they're seeing ground stops there, right just to the west of downtown and stretching just to the west of Orange Park. These showers are moving on off towards the east at about 35 miles per hour. We await Tropical Storm Isaac, a very strong tropical storm. Not much difference here between a strong tropical storm and a Category 1 hurricane. Really just the nomenclature, just one's a hurricane and one's not. But we're still looking at the same effects here. Winds up to 70 to 80 miles an hour here in Biloxi. And of course, the surge and the rainfall is going to be the big issue. We're looking again for a storm surge of up to 12 feet. That's a pretty significant surge for just a strong tropical storm. And of course, the other big story will be the rainfall, upwards of 15 inches of rain, which could cause flooding issues over the course of the next couple of days. That's the very latest here in Biloxi, Mississippi. Blake Matthews, Channel 4, the local station.
Juan, first let me ask you, you came through some hurricanes to get here. How's the weather looking for this big 450?
Conquistador. No hurricanes. Is that even a Spanish accent? Looking at some of the winds, yesterday we had radar indicated winds of 80 to 90 miles an hour across portions of southeastern Georgia in Camden County. Clearly we are not seeing that with these storms, 49, 46, but still quite gusty out there and still enough to knock over some trees, so be careful.
And one of the questions that a lot of people seem to be asking, Blake, is, all right, this thing appears to be falling apart. Could this be the end of Erica once and for all?
It could be for now. And it may be forever, but it still has the Gulf of Mexico to go over. So we still have a large body of water where this thing could still regenerate. And it's not official until it's official. Until the National Hurricane Center says this thing is dead, it ain't dead, right? Yeah. So from what I'm seeing from the National Hurricane, or from the hurricane hunters that are in there now, they're not finding a whole lot. They're finding just an area of thunderstorms. Really no organization to it whatsoever.
9:06, we are having some breaking news right now. Monitoring a tweet, the Hurricane Center issuing something very significant.
That's right. Mentioned all morning long that the hurricane hunters were in the storm. They're not finding a whole lot. And according to the National Hurricane Center, they just tweeted out the storm is over. So it is degenerated. It is opened up into a wave, basically. Now, I say it's over. It's not defined as a tropical storm at this point, but the moisture is still there. It is still very, very torrential, very heavy, and it is moving towards the state of Florida, towards us. That means we still will get the heavy rain. We're still looking 5, 6, 7 inches of rain, but it is no longer classified as a tropical storm, and the final advisory is currently being written on Erica, and it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Weren't warned that the brief respite of fall was just that, a brief respite from summer.
I know. Blake.
I know. You know how I feel about it. I am not a big fan of the heat, but September coming up on Monday. How about that? And also in passing, September going into the height of hurricane season, today also marking the 9th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Thankfully, the tropics are quiet tonight, but the radar was active earlier this afternoon. Thankfully, that has quieted down as well. Here's a live look over the River City this evening. It's a pleasant night. Temperature 79 degrees currently at the airport, 80 degrees at the beach, and the same in Arlington. Southeasterly winds here at 9 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour in Arlington. And we're going to continue to see this pattern over the next couple of days. We're going to have some pretty healthy rain chances in your forecast as well. So what we saw today will likely be repeated for tomorrow. That means not every backyard's going to get wet, but where it does rain, it could be on the heavy side. Live look at Live 5 Doppler radar. All is quiet here across our region, but you take a look out over the open Atlantic here, and there are a couple of thunderstorms, but these are moving away from our region, so no consequence to our forecast for tonight. Temperature's nice and comfortable out there, 79 degrees in the downtown area, 76 degrees in St. Augustine, 74 degrees degrees in Palatka, 84 degrees in Waycross this hour, 80 degrees in Valdosta. Winds light and variable across the region. Still perhaps maybe a little gusty here in Fernandina at 13, but all in all, not too bad out there. Now, speaking of tropics, again, taking a wide look at the open Atlantic here, not a whole lot going on. There's Cristobal, what's left of it. Now an extratropical system moving up into the Canadian Maritimes. All is quiet here over the western Atlantic. The Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea. This is where things begin to get interesting a little bit here. You'll notice a big blowup of thunderstorms in the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. The National Hurricane Center monitoring this, but likely, if there is any circulation, will move into the Houston area later on this evening. So no development is expected from that particular system. But you look out over the Caribbean Sea, and we are monitoring Invest 98L, and you can see quite a bit of thunderstorm activity associated with this. And this is going to continue to move through the western Caribbean Sea towards the Yucatan Peninsula. Once it does so, the National Hurricane Center gives us a 30% chance of development once it gets into the Bay of Campeche, and then it should move off into northern Mexico. But we're going to continue to monitor it. And the reason why we're fairly confident of that track is thanks in part to high pressure that's just off the Atlantic coast. There goes the deep tropical moisture from that system currently sitting off the Texas coast. A front is going to come down into, it'll get into central Georgia here, but stall out. If anything, that'll help aggravate our rain chances heading into the middle part of the upcoming week. But you'll see there is the likely path of what could be, and it's a very big could, Dolly as it moves into the, again, the southern Gulf of Mexico and probably, at least at this time, into northern Mexico. But we have a long time to watch this, and we'll continue to keep you updated on it if indeed it does become anything. For your hour-by-hour forecast for tonight, starting at 11 o'clock, the model picking up on just a couple of showers, probably overdoing it just a little bit. But this is where I want to show you, starting tomorrow at 1:35 in the afternoon, just a couple of spotty showers here. This is a fairly good model, so if it's not painting a lot of rain, you probably won't anticipate a lot of rain for tomorrow afternoon. But again, where it does rain, the rain could be heavy. We're going with about a 40 to 50% chance of rainfall. Again, that'll be mainly west of town for the early part of the afternoon, stretching into the I-95 corridor by the time we get into the late evening hours. So keep that in mind if you have any outdoor activities for tomorrow. For tomorrow, speaking of which, we're looking for high temperatures in the lower 90s across our region, 93 on the north side, 92 downtown, maybe 94 in Orange Park, 96 out in Cecil Commerce. That's probably a little warm, but you get the idea. Summer's not quite over with yet here in northeastern Florida. 74 degrees is your expected low temperature for tonight. For tomorrow, 88 degrees by the noon hour, 30% chance of rain, increasing to a 50% chance of storms by 5 o'clock, a temperature in the lower 90s. And the full boat here, we're looking for scattered PM thunderstorms for tomorrow. Heading into Sunday, we're looking at about 92 degrees there with, again, scattered showers and storms in your forecast. And by the time we get to Labor Day, we're looking at, again, steamy conditions. So hopefully nobody's laboring outside. But temperatures will hold on into those lower 90s heading into the early part of next week with scattered showers just about every single day.